Good morning, my community members. I hope we are all doing fine, and today the sun is up, so we are a little bit happy. I think I'm getting a glare in this, so I need to position myself well. Yes, I just need to do this real quick before I get to my class, and I just want to put this out there real quick, and let me see who it will help. Yes, I just want to talk about relationships. Today being the Valentine's Day, I want to use this opportunity to also wish my beautiful wife, Mrs. O, happy Valentine's Day, and also my daughter, who is celebrating her birthday today, her 10th birthday. Happy birthday, girl. She will grow to be a wise, a rich, and a beautiful woman in the future. All right, so let's do this real quick. So relationships. So I was just reading something the other day, and it really blew my mind. All right, I had a very deep insight into relationships. I believe the whole world has been crafted on relationship. Even God built this whole world on relationship. The whole Bible was written, or the plot of the whole Bible is relationship, if you know what I mean. The plot of the whole Bible is relationship. From God wanting to have a relationship with man, to man having a relationship with God, to God and man, to God telling man to have a relationship with each other. And from Genesis to Revelation, it's all about relationship. Christ came wanting to have a relationship with us, and we saw how it went. In fact, he didn't come to have a relationship with himself, but to have a relationship with man. That tells you how the heavens take relationships. And somebody who asks, because I gave a topic, relationships are investments, and that is a very deep statement. And when I was reading and trying to think about it, God was just revealing things to me. I realized that it goes beyond how we understand it. Look, Abraham had a relationship with God to the extent that God called him friend. Can you imagine? Abraham had a relationship with God to the extent that God called Abraham friend. What kind of relationship can a man have with God to the extent that God will call you a friend? What is your level of relationship with people? How do you relate with people? There are so many types of relationship. I mean, the psychologists will have their list. The education, those of us in the education sector will have our list of the types of relationships. And even the traditionalists, they will also have their type of relationships. Everybody will have their types of relationship. And I know they will tell you we have a lateral relationship, we have the boss subordinate relationship, we have the all kind of relationships, from top to down, down to top, side by side relationships. And even in science, when we were learning science back in the days, they taught us the type of relationships in the animal kingdom, right? So some are priests, some will feed on others. Okay, so it's just a cycle, the food cycle. I don't know if you studied it in school. So some of the animals are food to some of the animals. Can you imagine? And that is a kind of relationship, symbiotic relationship and all that. Now, I see relationships as an investment because Think about it. If you have a relationship with somebody, you need to nurture it. You need to protect it. Is that okay? You need to, it's just an investment because you are pouring so much into it. Look, there are some relationships you have to invest money. There are some you have to invest time. There are some you just have to invest your intellectual knowledge. For some of the relationships, it's about sacrificing the things that you have, your pleasure, to be able to gain other things. I know we all have so many types of relationship with people. A father to a son, a daughter to a mother, and all kinds, and even a boss to his employees. But I dare to ask you, are you investing in those relationships? How much are you investing in those relationships? What is your reason for going to those relationships? Why do you want to have a relationship with Jeff Bezos? Why do you want to have a relationship with Choco Millionaire? Why do you want to have a relationship with me? Why do you want to have a relationship with Aliko Dangote? Why do you think you want to have a relationship with Charles Awuji? Why do you want to have a relationship with the Hollywood actors, the Gollywood actors, the Nollywood actors? Why do you want to have a relationship with them? You have to sit down and think and reflect, because some relationships come to your life to destroy you, some come to add to you, and some come to take from you. So you need to sit down and think and prepare. There are some relationships you go in and they are long-term investments. Some are short-term investments. For some relationships, you will not get the immediate benefit. For some, you will get it immediately. Some investments, as in relationships, some are long-term and some you don't even touch it. Look, I was talking to a real estate guru here in the US. He told me something. He said, look, I have never bought any of my properties with physical cash. You know, when we are taking mortgage in the US or in Canada or in Europe, you don't go with physical cash. You need to go to the bank. They will assess your credit score and they will determine if you qualify, you know, for that particular mortgage that you are trying to take, the amount that you are trying to assess. Then they will pay the company that is selling the property. So all you have to do is to undersign, and probably sometimes you pay your first deposit and all that. But the man told me something. He said, look, I have an investment that is worth $1 billion. So all I do is I take the investment certificate to the bank. I say, look, I have this investment. I'm using it as a collateral, and this is evidence that I have this money. Boom. They pay for the property. He walks away nicely. All the cars he drives, no, all his companies, he doesn't deal with physical cash. And I was just thinking, I'm like, that is how relationships are. There are some relationship, you don't touch it. You don't even take the dividend out of that investment. They keep rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. There are some relationships, you will be getting the dividend every year or every now and then. There are some, you don't even have access to it at all. That is why there are so many of them. We have bonds, we have fixed assets and all those things. All right, the bankers will tell us more. And that is how human relationships, some of them are. Apostle Samuel said something. He said, God blesses us. God blesses men through men. Very deep statement. God blesses men through men. So it means if God will bless you, God is not going to come down from heaven in all his glory and say, hey, I'm going to give you a car, or I'm going to give you visa. No. He will use man. All right. So relationships that we build on this planet is definitely with man. Everything. Look, how do I even say it? An example of somebody who have benefited from relationships. Relationships I have with my brother-in-laws, relationships I have with friends, relationships I have with people in my job place, and even relationships I have with my students as a teacher. Look, those of us who are desiring to come to the US to teach, and to Canada to teach, to UK to go and teach, in Germany to go and teach. It is all about relationships, how you build your relationship with your students in your class. That is what is going to make you or break you. You need to have a very positive, and they stress on it, have a positive relationship with your students. That is your trump card. That is your success level. Build that relationship. You can relate to them at a certain level where you blink your eye, they understand. Where you say, hey guys, let's do this, they understand. If you don't have that kind of relationship, you are going to struggle in the classroom. All right, and these are all investments. So if a relationship is an investment, then it means it is worth protecting. Right? If it is investment, if relationships are investments, it is worth protecting. You cannot have a relationship with Kwame Despite or the president of maybe Mauritius and having the person's contact, and you don't want to do anything to protect it. No. You have to invest. So that is why people protect certain investments with other investments. So if you have a car, you want to take insurance on it. It is an investment already, but you are taking another investment to protect that investment. Very important. So if I have a relationship with people, I go all out to protect that relationship. And let me tell you this, you need relationship at all levels. A big man will tell me, have a relationship with elderly people, have a relationship with people below your age, have a relationship with people at your age. They all have their benefits, they all have their pros and cons. Don't get me wrong. Look, if you have a relationship with a mechanic, for you, you think you are a professor, so that mechanic is too low. But a day will come when that mechanic will save you big time. All right? So I know big men, I've worked with some big men, and they tell me, look, this guy, I'm a friend with him not for anything. Not because of what he can give me, but because of what he can do for me in the future. So we build relationships always looking at the future. It is an investment. Protect it. If you have a relationship with Choco Millionaire, such a relationship may not yield you an immediate dividend. All right? It may not yield you immediate dividend, but you never know. Maybe when you get to Canada and you call, so Choco, I just landed at the airport. What arrangement can we have? He may move his car based on the relationship you have with him and come and pick you up. We see him guiding students all the time, going to the universities, getting them registered and all that. It is based on the relationship you built. You see, that relationship wasn't for immediate. I mean, he will not send you money. He will not be sending you postcards. No. He may not even mention your name anywhere, but it will open certain doors for you in the next 2-3 years to come. Protect it. If you have a relationship with somebody, invest in it. Invest in the protection of that relationship. And I also want to say that let's learn to respect boundaries in relationship. Look, I have relationship with some lawyers, some big men in society. That doesn't mean that the fact that I have your number, that is me every morning I should wake up and be calling you. Or when people forward these WhatsApp messages, I should just forward it to the person. No, it doesn't work that way. Some people, if you do that, they block you and that's it, you are gone. You understand my point? If you do that, they block you, you are done. For some of them, you have that number. Yes, you have the number of the president of the United States. You don't just call him anytime. You don't just be sending him a message. Oh, Biden, what's that? No. Keep your boundary. Know your boundary. Know how far you can go, when you can go, what you can say, what you cannot say. But a lot of us, we miss that point. When we have a relationship with the people, boom, it's a freedom to say any nonsense. It's a freedom to send them any nonsense. People come into your DM, and they just start sending you certain messages like, hello, dude, do I have any relationship with you? No. What kind of relationship do I have? Maybe it's Facebook relationship. It's a distance relationship. So from afar, yes, we are cool. but we never have that bond. So know the boundaries in every relationship. If I have a relationship with Amamensin, what kind of relationship I have with him, with her, I need to define it. It has to be properly defined. Right? It has to be proper. I need to respect that boundary. Say, look, this time I'm in school, you cannot call me. There is no way I can call. This time I'm doing this, you cannot do this. And it is, you must respect it. If somebody tells you, look, I'm at work this time, do not call me, do not text me, or you cannot do this. But if you get to the embassy or if you get to the airport, call me. You don't call until you get to the airport. You understand what I mean? Respect boundaries. Respect the boundaries of every relationship. Even investment. If you go to the bank and they say, look, I want to put $10,000 in my account, I want to use it for this investment, they will tell you terms and conditions. And you must respect those terms and conditions. You cannot just get up and say, oh, today I want my money. No. They will tell you you cannot have it. Because you have liquidation time, and you set a time, say, look, I'm going to do this, and they tell you, is it a long-term investment? Is it a short-term investment? Is it for to buy a property? Is it to do something? Let's respect boundaries in relationship. Invest in it. So relationships, as I said, are investment. Relationships are very important. Human relationship. But after you have the relationship, protect it. Invest in the protection. And after you have protected it, know the boundaries. Know the boundaries that this investment I'm doing is to be able for me to buy my laptop for this project. All right? So until you get a laptop, you are not going to mess up with the investment. People in this country and in Europe, they buy iPhone. You have iPhone 14 Pro. You have iPhone 13. You have all the nice phones. What do? They take an insurance on it. You understand what I mean? They go for insurance. There's a company that's providing insurance for whether the phone is stolen, whether it is the screen cracks, whether it is broken, when it gets spoiled, they will fix it for you. Because you know the worth of that particular investment, that phone that you have bought. You don't mind taking another investment to protect it. Think about it. So I have a relationship with a certain big man, Jeff Bezos. If it would take me another relationship, another investment to protect that relationship, I would do it. Anything it would take me, I would do it. Because you know the worth of that relationship. Look, you know that it is not an immediate benefit. Maybe, just maybe, in the future, I'll be able to do what? Tap into this. Some relationships, there is no benefit. Let me be strict on this. I've had relationships with people that have never benefited anything monetary. I've not benefited anything physical. But look, those relationships are for intellectual benefit. Sometimes you build relationships for knowledge, for wisdom. And I always said, everything in all you're getting, get wisdom. In everything you do, get wisdom. Be smart. And as I said the last time, relevant knowledge is power. All right? They always tell us knowledge is power. No. Relevant knowledge is power. And when that relevant knowledge is converted and protected and kept, it transforms into wisdom. So there's some investment, there's some relationships. You don't get any immediate benefit, no physical benefit, but you are accumulating intellect. There are some people, there are some rich men. Look, if I have a relationship with Jeff Bezos right now, I don't need the money. All right? I will not ask him for money. I will not, because people, oh, just give me some $200,000. Just give me some 1 million. No. The first question you want to ask, how did you get here? You want to tap certain knowledge. For some, it's all about that. You are not going to get the money, but the knowledge they give you is more than whatever money the person could have given you that time. So I want to encourage all of us, as young guys, as young people coming up, let's build strategic relationships. Strategic relationships. Strategic relationships. And let's protect those relationships. See relationships as investment. See them as something that you must protect. Know the boundaries in the relationship, no matter the type of relationship you have. Okay, no matter the type of relationship you have with the person, protect it, invest into it, know the boundaries, and know how you can nurture it to your benefit one day. And understand that not all relationships gives you immediate gratification. They don't give you immediate benefit. They don't give you immediate joy. Some of them are for future. Some of them are for acquiring knowledge. In this community, in this beautiful community that we are building on this Blue app, some people will have relationship with me and other people. You may not get immediate benefit. I may not be able to give you money. I may not be able to send you any postcard, but maybe through my post, through my morning vibes, my vibes that I do all the time, you may pick something. You may just, something will just click and it will be a shift in your spirit. People go live. Chokomi Lune and all the people we follow, they go live. Just Ask Nancy was going live yesterday. He said, look, people you help to come to the United States or to travel outside their home country, they don't owe you anything. And that is true. All right? That was the things I was thinking about, like the relationship we have. Look, I may have a relationship with you and I may bring you, I may invest in you. I will do whatever it is to bring you to the United States, but you owe me nothing. And I keep that in my mind so I don't get heartbroken. There are so many teachers that by the grace of God we have helped to come here, and they just rub it in your face. All right, they just look at you from afar like, oh, wasn't it the same guy that was crying on the phone that I was helping? But you see, I have come to that point in my life where I know and I come to accept that people don't owe me anything. They don't. Truth, that's the truth. They don't owe me anything. If out of his own will, understanding, he says, look, I'm going to give you $10 for what you did for me, that is perfect. So I walk in life understanding that this is it. You have a certain understanding of a relationship. The person is holding a different understanding of the relationship he has with you. But it is on me, who understands it better, to know that this relationship is for this purpose. And look, there are some relationships that could end, and that's it. You let it go. There are some you don't even, it's not worth investing in. Some is for a purpose, and they come in and they are done their job, they are gone. You understand? Joseph in prison had a relationship with certain people in the prison, and that was his greatness. Those people recommended him. Somebody will mention your name somewhere, that will break you through. That will be your breakthrough. So you see that this big man that you have a relationship with, there is nothing you are benefiting. When you look at it, if you study yourself and look at it really, you're not benefiting anything. But one day, the person may mention you somewhere that, oh, you are looking for this thing? Call this guy. I've had so many deals based on that. Okay? I've had so many deals based on that. Somebody just mentioned my name somewhere and I don't even know. But then the person calls, oh, this man recommended you, so I think we are good to go. I'm like, that is it. And the relationship I have with the person is not monetary. It has never been monetary. I didn't, you sit down and say like, why do I still have this person in my life? No. Sometimes a very short advice. There are some deep people, bankers, lawyers that I have a relationship with. You can't ask them for money. You can't ask them for anything. But sometimes a little communication and what they will say will blow your mind. Or you can just walk and say, hey, I have this legal question. Blah, 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 blah. Boom. Just one advice. You are gone. Okay? So that is what you need to do. And that is what we need to understand as people. Build a relationship with men. The ultimate relationship you have to build is with God. Yes, that is the ultimate. Build a relationship with God. And like Abraham, you may get to a point where God will call you my friend. But apart from that, even God trying to bridge a relationship with us, brought his son to die on the cross. Right? That's what we believe as Christians. And he didn't build a relationship with the spiritual. He built a relationship with men. He had a relationship with disciples. He had a relationship with people in his circle. Okay? He had a relationship with people in his circle. Daniel had a relationship that saved him. If you look throughout the Bible, if you look at throughout all our lives, throughout life, relationships. Alright? The Art of War is a book by Chuzan or something. This Japanese military man. The Art of War, I've read it a few times. It's all built on relationship. The 54 or 52 Laws of Power by Robert Greene and 50 Cent. Relationships. Relationships. There are so many write-ups. There are so many things that you read. All of them are based on relationship. All of them are based on relationship. That is how we must live, and that is where we are going. If you don't have strategic relationships with people, you will be lost. Information will not be shared. You will not have access to it. If you have those relationships, see them as investments. Protect them. Know your boundaries. Alright? Know your boundaries. I'm just saying this to encourage somebody. And please, if certain relationships break, do not be angry. Don't get worked out about it. No. Don't get worked out about it. Because there are some relationships that are bound to happen that way. Some will come and go. Some is just for a purpose. And so those purpose, so that is what the politician will call special purpose vehicle, SPV. Some relationships are SPVs. Trust me. Some relationships are symbiotic and some are asymbiotic. Some are what? There is one that they taught us where one is feeding on the other. Alright? You are a parasite. They have parasitic relationships where all that person does is to feed on you. Heavy. And there are toxic relationships. But there are good relationships as well. And that is what I'm talking about. If you hit that jackpot, maintain it, know your boundaries, know the terms and conditions of that relationship. Know the terms and conditions, the T&Cs. They will always give it to you when you are buying phone. And those of us, we don't read. We are setting up our emails and our all these things. They say, oh, click when if you agree to these terms and conditions. And we just click. But when something happens, then they'll go and bring out the fine print and they'll read it to you. You agree to these terms and conditions. So therefore, blah, blah, blah. This thing can happen to you. Alright? Know the terms and conditions. Know your boundaries. Know what you can say, what you cannot say. Know what you can do and what you cannot do. And keep to it. I wish you all the best. And I know this will go a long way to help somebody. Look at the relation you have in school. Look at the relation you have with your lecturers, with your professors. Look at the relation you have with your friends. There are some friends, they are just SPVs, as I said, special purpose vehicle. They are meant to propel you from point A to point B. When they are done, their job is done. Look, sometimes God will just take them out of your life. You're like, ah. Alright, I think it's better now, right? So, as I was saying, some of the relationships are just what? SPVs. They are special purpose vehicles. They are supposed to come in and go. So, if only you can see it that way and accept it that way, it will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of stress. But if you don't, you will get sick, you will get angry, you get worked out, and it's not going to help your health. Those that are long term, those that are worth protecting, protect them. The sun is all right. So I think I'll bring my broadcast to an end. I'm going to start my day. There's a school bus bringing the kids. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yes, they're getting down, and I wish you all the best. Build good relationships, protect those relationships, keep them, invest in them, and I know it will benefit you one day. Have a great day. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you for watching.